Yeah.
Damar, it was a while ago, but that 2018 game against Notre Dame out there, I mean, what do you remember from that game? And, they still have a lot of the same personnel with the quarterback and linemen. I mean, what do you kind of take from that game?
Yeah, that game was a long time ago, but we'll still just watch the film. They still got some players out there, just like we got some players out there. So just watching players, just watching the game, seeing how the game went.
Damar, you have your thumb on the pulse of this team better than anybody. How are these guys reacting after the last few weeks?
We just hungry. We just hungry. We lost 2 games by 1 point, and then we lost last week, so we dropped 3 straight. But we still hungry. We know what we're capable of, and we know who we are, and just we haven't played like how we know we are. So we're trying to get back on track this week.
Damar, is there a sense of frustration in that you guys feel like you haven't played up to the standard that you kind of set for yourselves, before the season and throughout this season? And I guess how do you bounce back from that, I guess?
Of course, there's frustration. We lost 3 games straight when we know we could have won them. So just working on the little things, get back to whenever you lose, whenever anyone loses a game, you just try to get back to the fundamentals of the game. So just working on practicing harder, just keep doing whatever we was doing, just doing it harder, just doing everything faster, more physical, just things like that.
Damar, over the last 3 games, the defense has allowed 13 receptions for 209 yards and 4 touchdowns to tight ends. Have you seen anything when you've reviewed the tape that you've seen you guys doing wrong? And what do you think you can do moving forward to prevent the tight ends from beating you, especially going against Tommy Trumbull this week, who has caught more balls for the Irish than any other receiver they have?
Just watching the film, just seeing what we're doing wrong, and just making adjustments. Just playing the game plan like the game's called. That's all we got to do.
Damar, against Boston College and NC State, you guys weren't – the secondary in particular wasn't winning a lot of the deep balls when you were in one-on-one coverage, but that changed against Miami. A lot of times, especially you were getting tested deep and you were able to come up with some pass breakups. What were some of the things that you guys worked on to address that, and how have you guys continued to focus on that to maybe win more of those situations?
Just fundamental football. Like I said, whenever you see something in the game that you might have not done right, you just come back to practice and just work on it extra harder. Just working on the small things, small details. So whether it be a deep ball or whether it be a missed tackle or anything like that, just take the time to get the fundamentals down, just so it won't be an issue for the next game.
And I guess following up on that, some of the deep passes that you guys gave up to Miami weren't as much contested. It was just like maybe a miscommunication or just a mistake on the F shoot or the T shoot. But what have you guys, now that you've had time to look at it on film, practice it in practice, how are you guys working on your communication or maybe making sure that those plays don't happen as much this time around?
Just every rep, just before we take the field, just reminding everybody to work on communication and staying aggressive. That's something I've been working on all week. Just telling everybody to just communicate everything. There's no such thing as too much communication out there on the field. So just communicate everything so everybody's alert and everything. Everybody knows what could come out of this set, what could come out of the next set, just things like that.
Damar, what do you see from Ian Book when you're watching the videos study of the Notre Dame games?
He's a veteran quarterback, just how I look at myself as a veteran safety. He's a veteran quarterback. He's smart with the ball. He when he doesn't have the looks that he wants, he's fast enough to get going and get the first down. So he's a veteran guy, just like I consider myself one.
Damar, do you feel like this week could be one where you and Paris are, providing even more run support than you guys already do, given the way that they like to kind of pound the ball behind that offensive line?
You never know what to expect going into a game. So we just kind of hit the field and just see what we get that day, because you just never know. So whatever the game holds, that's how we'll play that day.
Kelly, I know you had one. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Damar, you are the veteran guy out there. How do you keep the young guys around you from getting down by some of these losses? What are you doing to motivate them, to keep them up?
Just preaching daily growth, just just preaching, just not really getting too caught up in your situation or your surroundings, but just focusing on your personal daily growth, no matter what's going on around you. So that's just how I keep everybody together in their own heads personally, just for everybody personally, but just as a team, just coming together, just finding ways to just keep getting better and just keep growing.
We have a final one for Damar.
Yeah, Damar, you've been here for a couple of these wins over some very good teams, top-ranked teams in your time at Pitt. Is there anything from those games that you can pick or pull at to, when you have the number 3 team coming to the country this week?
One thing I can pull out is the weeks of practice that during all those games that we had. It was just, you know what's at stake, you know who you're playing, and all those weeks that I've been a part of, any big upset or whatever you call it, the week of practice was always great, from the start to finish. On the offensive side of the ball, they had a good week, and on the defensive side of the ball, we had a good week. Also, along with the practice was the game plan. We always had a good game plan for whatever team was playing.
We'll wrap it up with 2 more.
Last night I was talking to Heinisch, and he mentioned that you and him and Paris were playing paintball during quarantine, but he wouldn't tell me who won. Can you clear that up?
Heinisch was on my team. I think Paris was on the other team, and we won. I think we won. It was like a match of 3. I think we won 2-2 we might have won 3-0 or 2-1, something like that, but we definitely won. Heinisch was a good teammate too at paintball. And football as well.
He always was a good teammate for you, wasn't he?
For sure, always. You know that.
We'll take 2 more. We'll take Jeff first, and we'll have Kelly wrap it up. Go ahead, Jeff.
Damar, you played your whole life in front of your family. Is it going to be what's it going to be like to have them back, and how tough has it been to play without them there for the first few games?
Well, my family traveled to Miami last week, and the opportunity they come in. So just playing in front of my whole family. Just last week it was just my mom and my dad, but that's my team right there. That's Team Hamlin. But just playing in front of my whole family, getting to see everybody there. My grandma will be there. My little brother will be there. A couple uncles. Just having everybody back. Just be probably just an extra boost of energy. Just looking up when I come to the sideline, just seeing them there. I always communicate with my dad throughout the games, just looking up right into those seats, right where I know he's at. He'll just tell me little things, just little pointers. We do a lot of communication just through eye contact, we've been doing this so long that it's just so natural. But it'll definitely just be a little bit more boost of energy.
Kelly, did you want to punctuate things?
Yes, Jeff stole my question, but I'll even ask then not just your parents, but there's going to be fans and some of your peers in the stands too. You're going to be able to feed off that crowd?
Definitely, for sure. We've been waiting to have fans back at Heinz Field. We thought it would happen earlier, but it didn't. We're not sweating it. So we'll just take it for what it is, and we'll just keep rolling.